around the Valentine's Day stuff, like we had a pretty good idea that, hey, this could be some real gold here.
But I love hearing the thought that actually went into your individual roles. A storyline, obviously, that had that on display heading into Mania was the Mandy Rose, Otis, you, and Dolph Ziggler, that huge storyline. And just to start at the beginning of that, it was huge. I'd say one of the better storylines in that Mania, if not the best. It got so much attention. When you and Otis were pitched that, did you know it was going to be that big? Did anyone have that thought?
Well, I mean, no, of course not. But at the same time, Otis has been like, he's been kind of doing this Mandy on social media ruse for like
Oh yeah,
years
yeah.
now, right? Essentially, like
Mm-hmm.
really, yeah. I mean, more than 2 years. Like since we were in NXT, has been, posting Doze's future girlfriend and just kind of like, so there was already this kind of organic social media thing that existed for that story before it ever made its way onto television. Around the Valentine's Day stuff, like we had a pretty good idea that, hey, this could be some real gold here. A very entertaining character. You have, Mandy, who's great at what she does and is obviously very attractive, beautiful girl, and so sort of the Beauty and the Beast dichotomy there, right, is already lends itself to being interesting and kind of just striking on the eye. But then kind of how genuine Otis is and comes across, because he really is that kind of human being in real life. And I think Mandy's personality also being the way that it is, that they both had a comfortability with each other that made that storyline work in a way that I don't know if a lot of other, I shouldn't say a lot of, so many talented people there, but they I think they really had a high level of respect for each other. And so their ability to kind of work together, navigating what may be awkward situations for some people. I mean, I know, like I said, I have a wife, and if I was on the reverse side of that storyline, I would definitely be feeling uncomfortable with some of the things that were happening.
Right.
And that's just me personally. That's different for them, and so that's kind of my point. Is I think because of the way their personalities are, that worked really well, better than maybe that same story would have worked with other people.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. The chemistry was there. They've tried romance angles for as long as I've been a fan in WWE, and a lot of them fall through. And I think it is that chemistry that gets the job done there. And you're right. It was always. I remember when I first found out about you and Otis, it was like, early on, and then I started seeing him posting this, and my friends and I were just sending it to each other, like, look at this, is so funny. Like, are they actually together? Like, what is this? One mannerism when you're talking about your two roles there. I think it was after Mandy said yes to the date. I was just watching it the other night in preparation, but I think it was, when she was like, I don't have plans next Friday, and you were standing there, you were like, my man, something like, you did something like that, and I was like, that's amazing. Like, that's just so funny. Like, you complimented each other so well, in that instance. You remember working on that storyline leading up to Mania?
Yeah, totally. I mean, we were in all the scenes kind of just, discussing, okay, it's just like, how are we gonna, like, or basically the way with I guess I'll just go, like, our creative process essentially would be like, we'll get the script, and I'll read over the script, and I'll start kind of reading through it to both of us, and then he maybe have some scripted points in there, and I'll just be like, okay, these are your kind of spots. And then as I'm reading through it, he'll just start to like be sort of my like, backup DJ, if you will, if I was a rapper essentially, right? And just start like being himself in the back. And maybe if there's a point where I'm feeling like, hey, like I would like to take a pause here. Is there something that you might want to fit in here as I'm reading through it? Like, okay, like, and then I'll read through it again, and he'll think about what he might want to say there, and we just kind of go through it like that, until we feel like we have, a couple of moments that are sort of like the story that we're trying to tell, essentially, right? Okay, these are the main beats that we're trying to get across here. And it's a real brotherhood, man. It really is. Like, I still talk to this man every week, no doubt.
I love that.
And I mean, and there's no, like, I shouldn't say no doubt, because life is what it is, unpredictable, and you can't ever make solid plans on really anything. But I would venture to guess that the two of us will be back together in the wrestling ring at some point in time. I'd be pretty surprised if that didn't happen.
Tell you right now, you know what I'm about to say, and you know that you have to do it. Head over to wrestlingpins.bigcartel.com right now. You're gonna not regret it. You're gonna pick up some pins. Whatever pins I got over there right now, they're the best in the business. Best merchandise out there. Go pick up some pins. Use the code RRR150FF. Get 15% off your order, and I'll see you soon.
Messy Daddy, Boogie Woogie Man feel good. I tell my people, my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss online. Rewind, recap, relive. Oh, yeah.